Hepinize merhabalar. Bugün yanımda Team Liquid'in koçu Flashie var. Aurora maçından sonra kendisini aldık. Flashie, firstly congrats about to win. How are you feeling?
Thank you. I feel really excited, really happy. We have came a long way since being 0-2 in the group stage, and we made it to the semi-final.
So a lot of people actually in the tier list, in the streams, didn't expect even playoffs for Liquid, and now you are in semifinals. Do you think that you are more of a dark horse, underrated team, or do you think that this team should be in here in the first place?
I mean, our recent results hasn't been great in the last couple of months. I'm only here for like 2.5 months even, so we didn't have a lot of time to actually build the team culture, build the proper system. Like these things take a lot of time, and I'm happy that we can show some parts of that. We are definitely a dark horse team on this event.
Let's talk about the map selections. Were you expecting to play these maps? Train as a decider, Inferno as a second map, and of course Mirage was your pick. Like, what do you think about the map selections for Aurora and your team?
I mean, it was a fair map pool, in my opinion. We have been struggling on Inferno, so we definitely expected the Inferno pick. The third map was either Dust 2 or Train, and they chose Train in the end, which was not a big surprise. We won against FaZe on Dust 2, so they were probably wanting to bring us to a map where we are least confident on from those two. But honestly, our map pool is pretty decent now, and we are very confident on Train as well. So it was a fair map pool, I think, for both teams.
So probably you were expecting this question since the whole fans are the Turkish. What do you think that Aurora done wrong today, as tactical, as map selection, or as rounds goes, as from a coach's perspective?
I mean, I would have to rewatch it to know, to know exactly what went wrong. I think maybe we were shooting a bit better today. I think the boys were a bit sharper than the Aurora players today. Usually the Aurora players are very sharp. And yeah, I think we just had a really good game plan and they executed it properly. I don't think it was something bad on their part. It just came our way this time.
So I'm gonna be honest and I ask you this: if you could change a part of how Aurora plays as a coach, do you see any bad signs from them?
I don't know how their system works, so it's hard to answer this. I'm a fan of structure, and I'm a fan of sometimes playing a bit more loose and try to find the balance in between those two. I don't know what is their approach, so it's hard to answer this, but I like those two things mostly.
Okay, great to see your coaching philosophy. And now I want to know more about you. What did become and starting esports coaching? Why you choose CS? Why you are not a player and a coach? You know, that's always something that we wonder.
Yeah, I'm playing for a long time, like 20 years. I'm playing this game for since I'm like 10 years old, maybe even more than that. Actually, that's what I remember. I was a player before, but I was never like on the top tiers. I was maybe like tier 2 at some point in like 2016, 15. But then, unfortunately, I realized that that's not really my calling. And because I was IGL always in my previous teams, I managed to see this side of the game a bit more. And I always like to teach my players. And Hungarian pool of players was not big, so there was only a limited amount of people we could play with. So I was like the appointed IGL even when I was like 17, 18. So that's how it started. And then opportunity came to become a coach for a Hungarian team, and I took it, and I really liked it. So I stick with it for like 6 years now.
Okay, so I want to ask you deep questions. What if the coaching, the CS, the esports never existed? What would this Flashie do right now? Have you ever imagined it?
Honestly, it's hard to say. Without esports, I don't think I would be who I am today at all. Like even as personality and as like a professional, I would say I really liked like sport commentary at some point. Yeah, so maybe something related to that, but it's hard to say at this point.
Okay, then. I want to ask you this. Is there any event that you couldn't forget? The city, the event itself, the victory, the losses? Do you have anything memorable for you?
Yeah, I was working for Navi for 2 years as an assistant coach / analyst for Blade, and we won the major together in Copenhagen in 2024, and that was the biggest moment of my life, and I will never forget that.
Great to hear. Then, since you're a coach and you were in the analyst scene, you were in the backgrounds, I want to ask you this. Every player gets sticker, but coaches never get it, you know? Do you ever feel a regret that you choose a position that doesn't get much appreciated, more of underrated?
I mean, it was not big of a choice, you know? It was more like something I realized is the better path for me and the only path, I guess. I don't really think about these things, but it would be nice for the coaches to have something like that, just for engraving your name into the game kind of vibe.
Then my last question is this. A lot of young people wants to be an esports player. And is there any recommendation that you would give to them? Any speech, since in the end you're a coach, you have good motivation.
Yeah, I mean, school is really important still, even though you're grinding a lot. To finish school, it's very crucial. And to be very open to change your behavior. A lot of young people are not really behaving properly in the beginning. So listening to the older ones and learning from them is really important. And also it's a lot of sacrifice to be in esports. So if you want to achieve anything, you will need to have a lot of sacrifices.
Okay, great to meet with you. Great that people saw in the Turkey. Really appreciate your time and efforts. Thank you for your time. İzlediğiniz için teşekkürler. Yanımızda Team Liquid'in koçu Flashie vardı. Good luck in semifinals and see you next time. Bye bye.
Thank you guys.
Skins Monkey'de eşyalarınızı kolaylıkla takaslayabilir, yeni eşyalar elde edebilir, hatta ücretsiz bir şekilde çekilişlere katılabilirsiniz. LEGOCAN kodunu kullanarak ilk takasınızda 5 dolara varan bir bonus. Bununla birlikte kalmadan yine LEGOCAN kodunu kullanarak ilk para yüklemeniz değil, her para yüklemenize özel olarak %30 yerine 35'e varan bir bonusa da sahip olabiliyorsunuz. Bunların dışında günlük, haftalık ve aylık olarak da çekilişlere buradan kolaylıkla ulaşabilirsiniz. Hem açıklamada hem de sabitlenmiş yorumlarda var. Sponsor oldukları için teşekkür ederim.